Hi, Lucy. Last night we talked about, or I suggested trying out going into a cross A tuning, which would namely be A-E-A-E. I have my fiddle right here that I usually keep in either A-E-A-E or a what's called a calico tuning, which is A-E-A-C sharp. Right now it's in standard cross A tuning. And to get there, you take I usually start with the D string and raise it up a step to E, and then go to the G and raise it up a step to A. So I'm encouraging you to try this because if you go to Galax, anybody with a fiddle in their hands in the audience is going to be expecting to hear Red Prairie Dawn in a cross A tuning because that's the way Garry Harrison played it. And I'll tell you, when I first heard the album Red Prairie Dawn, I got the album and then I heard the tune. I was really drawn to these two chords. To wit,
unknown caller.
Dispatch this guy. Okay. So these chords, so the way they show up in the tune, and then the B part is where these chords come in. And those chords just really spoke to me about, wow, this is really, it just epitomizes the thought of seeing that red sun come up over the eastern horizon and at daybreak. But more than that, it's the way Garry played the tune. And I've always tried, I play a lot of his A tunes, and actually toward the end of this video, I'll play a bunch of those just so you can hear them. I've always tried to play the way, get my bowling and my sound as close to Garry's sound as possible. So this is, I'm putting a tool in your toolbox, and this is a tool that you'll be able to use for the rest of your life. Another thought is that talking about cross tunings, you don't just have A-E-A-E, which I'm in now. You also have a tuning with G-D-G-D. And to get there, you just take the A string up a step, down a step, the E string down several steps, and down to D. And you can play any tune in A that you can play in G. And the fingerings will all be the same, as you can probably imagine. So I'm going to play Red Prairie Dawn in cross A and see what you think. What do you think? People will be able to tell pretty easily if you play either in cross tuning or in standard tuning. They'll know which tuning you're using. And like I said, they're expecting to hear this tune and so are the judges. They're expecting to hear this in cross tuning. Okay, so that's one tune that Garry wrote in A. He wrote a bunch of tunes, and actually a bunch of tunes on the album Red Prairie Dawn, a bunch of the A tunes. I can't think of one that's in standard tuning. I think Chirp Smith might have told me that one of them was in standard tuning, and I thought it was in cross tuning. I don't even remember which tune that was, but to my ear, all these tunes are played in cross A. So the next one that I wanted to play was a tune called Hey Mow, M-O-W. There's another tune called The Road to Westfield, which you don't hear in jams too much. A lot of people don't know it, but it's one of my go-to tunes. I really like it. It's got some kind of unusual bowing right from the first measure. Road to Westfield. Next tune is called Dull Chisel. That's also on the album. And if you go to an old time jam, a lot of people know this one. So it might be worth learning it sometime. Another tune from the album, Old Bob. That's another one that a lot of people will play in a jam. And then there was a tune that I got from a friend of mine, which is not on Red Prairie Dawn. It's a tune called Don't Worry About It. And it's a really cool tune, also in Cross A. He also had a tune called Yellow Jacket. I played that years ago, and I just came across it again the other day after having not played it for a long time. So I'm still getting that under my fingers, so I won't play that one right now. Another new one that I learned last week is another Garry Harrison tune, not on Red Prairie Dawn. I think it's a little more recent than that. And it's called Boys Them Buzzards Are Flying. I just learned this one. Let me just kind of do some noodling here. So this is, yeah, I think I can play this one. This is a crooked tune, which means it doesn't have the same number of beats in one part. To be what you might call a square tune, regular tune would be like all of our Irish repertoire, 16 beats in each part. This one doesn't do that. Back in about 1983 or 84, I had just, it was at the beginning of my learning how to fiddle, and I was pretty much still reading music out of books. That's the way I started. And I got told a number of times, well, you got to throw the books away sometime. So I went to the Augusta Heritage Arts Festival in Elkins, West Virginia. One of those years, 83 or 84, and met a fiddler from Braxton County, West Virginia, named Ernie Carpenter, now deceased, about 1989. And he played a tune that I want to try to do for you. It's called Jimmy Johnson. If I can do it, because I still have the last tune in my ears. coming. Jimmy Johnson. Okay, I wanted to play that one because the A part is all on the A and E, and the B part is all on the D and G, and you can play, or you play the same thing. It's just, I think this is part of it. That was it. So that's Jimmy Johnson. Let's see, my screen went dark. There it is. There I am again. Okay, so these are just some ideas about playing in cross tuning for old time, and especially for an old time audience and old time judges. So give it a shot, and if you like any of these tunes, wanted to slow them down, I'd be happy to do that for you. Okay, that's about it. I'll see you at next Irish.